throughout the programme. Ashley Banjo begins the show today, judge on Got to Dance on Sky One, and the main man of diversity. Ashley, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you.
People can see you if you go to bbc.co.uk/5live. We have some cameras. There, he's waving. And it's good to see you. You won Britain's Got Talent, the series before last. So that was in 2009.
2009, yeah.
And I was there on final night.
Really?
Yeah. And it was, you beat Susan Boyle. Susan Boyle came second.
Yeah.
Which was a surprise, I think, in the room at the time. There was this expectation that Susan Boyle would win. Do you feel as though, post-winning, Simon Cowell has actually put more of his energies into the person that came second?
I don't know how much energies Simon Cowell puts into people, pre-winning anyway, or post-winning. Post-winning, if they're not singers, obviously like us, we're not Susan Boyle, we don't release albums, we're a live act. So I don't know, it's hard for Simon Cowell to, put energies into, he's a music mogul as such, and we are dancers, so it's kind of hard in that respect. How much did you have to do with him after you'd won Britain's Got Talent? After Britain's Got Talent, it was a few months of work in conjunction with his label, Psycho and Sony, just working, around the show, obviously, but not very much, to be honest, at all.
Did you expect more?
No, not really, not at all, because like I said, we're dancers, so.
But you'd won his show, and it's a big show. Yeah, it's a Simon Cowell vehicle, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
But then, what was Simon Cowell going to do with us in a way? We're not going to release music. I wanted to stay true to what we did, and that's perform, put on live shows, and tour the country, which we've done twice this year. So it kind of worked out okay in the end.
I suppose the promise of Britain's Got Talent is different to the promise of the X Factor. Whereas if you win the X Factor, he is meant to manage you, isn't he? Either the judge that mentors you and him in conjunction. Whereas at Britain's Got Talent, it is a different programme, and the prize is different.
Exactly.
The prize was to perform at the Royal Variety Show. Were you promised more than that? Or
no,
is that it?
The prize was £100,000 and to perform at the Royal Variety Show, which both came my way, and both were very nice.
Yeah,
obviously £100,000 split between 11 isn't quite what people think, but the Royal Variety performance was one of the most amazing experiences of our lives. So I'd never regret entering Britain's Got Talent. It's done so much for us, and I think it's a brilliant platform for people.
And so there was no resentment from anyone in diversity at the way that Susan Boyle was taken to America and made a big star in America, and the fact that there was this huge focus on the part of him in particular on her, even though she came second.
No, of course not. Susan Boyle was a phenomenon. I think she had the most watched video on YouTube ever. So of course she's going to be a big star. So we're just happy and grateful for our fans, and happy and grateful to be successful. We're 2 years on and we're still going so strong. I'm a judge on Got to Dance. We're performing all over the place. So we're just happy and grateful to still be successful.
Hey, great. Have you met Katie Price?
Have I met Katie Price? I haven't actually. I've seen her in the flesh, but I haven't actually met Katie before.
Okay. Where did you see her in the flesh?
I've seen her a few places. The last place I remember seeing her was at the BAFTAs after party. Okay. There's a particular anecdote attached to that? You just saw her in a room? I just saw her in a room, walk past me, flutter past.
Let's talk about Got to Dance. And this is, I like it a lot, and I talked about it last year when it started. And it's a Sky One. It's a dance show. I think it makes quite a lot of the other dance shows look kind of old and geriatric. It's a younger, I think, more modern take on the dance shows that you get on the terrestrial channels. Explain the format and how is it different to the others?
Yeah, the format is one that I love. I was so excited when Sky first approached me. There's 3 judges, all 3 whom are still in the industry, still dancing, and they make us, get up and perform at least once every series, which I think is great. We can talk, but we have to actually get up and walk the walk every series as well.
These are judges with talent themselves.
And then, there's no limits on age, there's no limits on dance style, there's no limits on amount of people. It's just if you can fit on the stage and you think you can dance, then come on and show us
What
you
you're
got.
saying is Louis Walsh, he couldn't get up and perform if he were required to.
You are putting words in my mouth, Mr. Baker.
And yet, I suspect they're words that you agree with.
That is not something I'm going to agree with.
But you perform in the show, and it's the judging technique is there's the three of you, and you pass judgment at exactly the same time,
without knowing what each other's, what each other's thinking. We don't get to confer. We have to press yes or no, red star, gold star, and then we find out at the same time the acts do what the judges think.
And tell us a bit more about your co-judges.
Co-judges, Kimberly Wyatt from the Pussycat Dolls and Adam Garcia. He's done loads of stuff, movie star, West End lead, Yeah. So we kind of come from different backgrounds, and I think it makes a really well-rounded panel.
All right, here's a clip. This is you disagreeing with your fellow judges on Got to Dance.
Okay.
Firstly, your name is Chaotic, yeah, and that's the perfect name for you. Your style's like control chaos. It's almost like the music just takes you over, and you just go. You killed it, and I do not understand.
What it comes down to for me is the perfection of it wasn't there.
It's not about perfection. It's about, is this person a good dancer? Yes. Are they worthy of the shortlist? Yes. Did they perform well? Yes.
Is he a powerful performer? Did
Ye-
you
yes,
win me over? Did I
100%.
feel it? No, I didn't
You're saying,
feel it.
is he a powerful performer? That is 201 versus 1.
Doesn't matter if it's 4,001 versus 1. I don't think he's good enough to put on the shortlist.
I think you have great charisma. I think if I was to judge on potential, it's out of this world. But based on this performance right now, I just wasn't there with you.
I think you're almost there.
No, you're there, man.
You disagree with the others quite a lot on the programme.
We do disagree, but not as much as people might think, actually, because we have, even though our backgrounds are different, what makes a solid dancer, what makes a good dancer, we obviously can all see. But when we disagree quite strongly, because a lot of dance has got to do with interpretation and personal opinion. It's not just to do with judging with your head, it's how you interpret and how much you enjoy a performance, and that's when we tend to disagree quite strongly.
Mina in Norfolk on the text says, I'd like to ask Ashley why he changes his mind so much on Got to Dance. Is it because he just feels sorry for them, or he really likes them? So we should refer to the fact that you all submit your opinion instantly with these stars, and occasionally you will change your mind based on what the other two say or based on the crowd reaction.
See, this is the thing. A lot of shows, I suppose, people, judges might make decisions, and they might make it to be controversial, or they might make it to please the audience, whereas my decision, for me, I've been there, and I know exactly what it feels like, so I take each decision, separately, out of the hundreds of acts we see, really seriously. And, we only get 10 seconds to decide. So a lot of times I sit there and I think it through, and I'm quite indecisive anyway, so I think it through again and again and again, and I go, no, I'm going to change, no, I'm going to stick, because I just take it very seriously for that person. And sometimes their situations do sway me because I know how hard it is.
Doesn't that undermine the point, though? That it's a nice little device that you all say what you think at the same time, therefore you're not influenced by the other judges. So you'll go, bang, here's what we think. If you're then allowed to change your view, then it is no different to the other shows, because now you are influenced by what the others have said.
But the difference is, you get to see our initial opinion, and sometimes someone might see something, or someone might have a point that does sway you, and sometimes you go, actually, no, do you know what, this person really does deserve a chance. I was wrong in that instance, and you do change your mind, because, it's not, I'm not always right 100% of the time, and sometimes I've given a red and gone, actually, no, do you know what, this is a short list. I'm not deciding whether they're going into the finals. I'm deciding whether I want to watch them back or not. And if Adam says compared to X or Y, think about it, they're very interesting, then I'll go, actually, no, Adam's right, I'll give him a gold. So sometimes opinion does get swayed.
All right, let's take some travel and talk some more. Ashley Banjo is here of Diversity and Sky One's Got to Dance.